EET 105, Chapter 6, Parallel Circuits, Problem 33, Current Divider Rule, CDR or I divider. The book uses these terms interchangeably. Based solely on resistor values, determine all the currents for this configuration. So you're given one single current. I mean, you got to be thinking to yourself, how can I figure out what all these other currents are? I2, I3, I4, and IT. Notice that IT is the same here as it is here. Okay, this is the current coming into this configuration. The current leaving the configuration are the same. So you have to use the rule that it was this formula over here. Where is it? This one right here. I1 divided by I2 equals R2 divided by R1. So what they did was they took each pair at a time. You know what all the resistances are. So you could figure out what I2 is. I2 is going to be I2 ends up being I2 divided by I1 equals I1 divided by, or R1 divided by R2. So here's the formula that I had written. I1 over I2 equals R2 over R1. If you use some algebraic manipulation to solve for I2, you get that I2 equals R1 times I1 divided by I2. So this is R1 times I1 divided by R2. So it equals 1/2 I1 here, which ends up being, since you're given that I1 equals 9 amps, it's 4.5 amps. Likewise, you can do the same thing with the next pair, or you could do it with number 3 and number 1, whatever you want to do. So you take I3, and they chose to use I1 and R1. So I3 equals R1 times I1 divided by R3. And it equals 3 times I1, 27 amps. And then I4, they compared it to I1 and R1 too. So I4 equals R1 times I1 divided by R4. So it's 1/3 of I1, or 3 amps. And then IT is simply the four of them added together, which gives you 43.5 amps.